Hello everybody and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Big thanks if you watched my last video, and thanks again if you're watching this one. Now, me being a genius, this is actually take 2 of this video because I already did this video and I was at home. I had it all set up on my, I'm a G27 set up, and I did all this video. And I saved all the video files onto a portable hard drive. And guess what I left at home? I went back to work. Yeah. So this is take 2. And so hopefully I'm going to remember there were bits that I spoke about, and I'm going to try and recreate as best as possible. Hopefully less waffly and a bit more to the point. But there you go. So what are we doing in this take 2 of this, which is going to be in 3 parts, or at least it may even be in 2 parts now, because it should be a little more streamlined. You'll see in the title which one it is, but I'm going to assume it's going to be 3 parts. We are undertaking quite a journey, as you can see here. We are going with some salmon fillets from Liverpool all the way to Skopje in Macedonia. I know. So quite the journey we're undertaking here, and I'll admit it's going to be a slightly cheated version this time. The reason being is because obviously we're still driving the. Sorry if you can hear some scratching going on. And I'm just adjusting my headphones and stuff like that, and mic's attached to it. So there you go. So yeah, because we're still driving the DAF 95 by XPS, because it's fantastic. And the truck of that era, and the fridge motor on my trailer has just fired up. It's been quiet for bloody ages, and I thought, oh, okay, this is a good time, but no, it's fired up. So if you can hear that coming through, I apologise for that. This take 2's going fantastically so far, huh? Anyway, trucks of this era wouldn't have been with sat-navs built in. There was no Google Maps back then. Sat-navs were pretty much non-existent back then. So you had to rely on maps and guesswork and in sort of directions given by other drivers, and you kind of hope that they were right. So that's what we're doing on this one. We're not going to be using the route advisor. We're not going to be using the map at any points other than when we stop, and it's kind of legitimately able to be done. So rather than doing that, we're just going to be doing the guesswork. Now, I drove all the way down to, I think it was Maribor in the first one, near enough without hitch, like any sort of issues. Aside from, I forgot I've got a mod in here which disables the invisible walls. So I was turning off at junctions, thinking, oh, I think it's this way, and then the world would just end. So yeah, hopefully I'll remember the bits where I didn't do that, and that's again where the whole cheating thing comes out of it, because it was quite funny. Could kind of be driving along and then go, this seems a bit strange. Where is everything? Anyway, that's beside the point. Hopefully, this will go well. I'm not with my G27 at the moment, unfortunately, so it's back to the controller with the dodgy USB cable. And yeah, we're just going to have to see how it goes. So without further ado, let's get into the truck. It's just coming up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon on what is quite a nice day. It was raining just before I started this video, and it's cleared up pretty quickly. I have done some edits to this truck. Now, before I point out what they are, please, for any of them, do not ask me for them, okay? Firstly, the skin. Even though you can make skins and re-upload them, this skin is of sentimental value to me, so I won't be re-uploading it for that reason. Any other edits to the truck? Firstly, XPS has explicitly said, if you edit this, it's for personal use. Don't go re-uploading it. So I am going to honour that request. Secondly, aside from the sun visor and the front badge and the fuel tank, because they're bits that aren't that difficult to do and therefore somebody as cack as me can do it, the pieces that I've added and put onto this truck and changed around are taken from other trucks. For example, the mirrors, they are taken from a Volvo F12. I'll go into the other bits as well. One of the things I did edit as well is the sound for this truck. Now, I do apologise because I edited the sound and I did all of this on the computer at home, and that's also where the mod is, because I didn't put that onto the portable hard drive to transfer over to this one. Yeah, I really was ill prepared for this, so I've recreated it, but I don't know, because I haven't tested it so far, how loud one of the sounds is, and that is going to be the low air warning sound. However, the sounds themselves, the engine sounds, I've changed, and I've used the DAF F241 stock sound by Klischebaum. I have also taken the gear sounds from the Engine Voice Records Packard engine sound mod. Now, these potentially I could do something with, so long as XPS is okay with that, because really it's all to do with definition files. So long as you have those two original mods and the definition files in this are put above it, they will work. The low air noise, now that is as close as I could get to authentic from a DAF 95 ATI. And like I say, it may need some editing, but I don't see why that couldn't be done. But that is just for, that's kind of like a thought in the ether at the moment. As for the other bits, the more physical bits, that cannot be done. So, without further ado, as you can see, I'm low on air, so let's see how loud this this buzzer is going to be. It's still quite loud. If you're wearing headphones, I do apologise. That is the sound that you would get from a DAF 95 if you had low air, but I think I need to just kind of tone it down ever so slightly. So as I mentioned, the skin is sentimental to me, and it's a recreation of a truck, and same with the trailer. That skin's sentimental to me, goes with the truck. Other things that I've edited, the badge now says Leyland DAF instead of DAF. The sun visor, as I've already mentioned, the mirrors from the Volvo F12. I added in node for the signs on your truck by Tobrego. I tried to do it for the cab as well, but I had some major issues with that. So yeah, I had to just ignore that one. Fuel tank, as I say, me being skillful, I did that because it's a fucking cuboid. Pardon my French, and hopefully I beat that out. It's a cuboid. The chassis I added on Parlock fenders from the cast Ikeri mod. What else was that? I think that was it. I was going to change this into a right-hand drive, but as I started trying, I was like, oh, this is going to take a long time. And XPS, if he ever does it, will do a much better job. So for the moment, that's just that's just an idea. That's a to-do. Hey, so air should be built up, and let's get going. Everything looking good. Good. Hopefully the controller doesn't disconnect itself and send me flying into something. I really do apologise about my language. It's terrible. The first video I didn't do this. Probably because I'm back at work. It's just instinctive now to use the first foul word that comes out of my mouth. So let's somebody there, but hopefully I can level out before there's an issue. They're just really shouting at me now in the back, but I think that's at the end of its stop-start cycle, so it should cut out in a second and that'll be nice and quiet a bit. So yeah, like I say, if you watched my previous video, thank you so much. This isn't me kind of saying, hey, you should go and check it out. It's in the description. It's going to pop up on a card in the corner. It's none of that. It's just simply a thank you. Okay. That's the other thing that I did. So the retarder sounds are engine brake sounds. I forgot to edit that as well. So we're going to have to put up with that for now. Until I can remember to bunny around and get that sorted again. So yeah, this, like I say, that wasn't a kind of go and check it out, that's just a thank you. And I really didn't expect as many views, there to be likes and positive comments. So I didn't expect that, I really didn't. I was quite I don't even know what the word is, just astounded to find that. It's really nice to see. So yeah, thank you again. And obviously, if you've got to this point, you're watching this video, so thank you. Hope that you enjoy it and that you want to stick around for the entire journey, and that you want to stick around for parts 2 and 3. Makes so happy. And talking about positive feedback, it's not just me who thinks that this DAF 95 mod is incredible, because the overwhelming majority have just gone mental for this mod. It's, and understandably, it really is deserving of its the credit given to it. You know, it's just such a good, well-built mod. You know, I know I've just said, oh, I'm making these edits and stuff like that, and that's not because I feel that it could have been done better. It's just because like I say, I'm trying to recreate a truck, and this is how I have to do it. So it's as simple as that. It's nothing against the original truck itself. I still love that. I am going to be editing the skin slightly because I think today or yesterday XPS has released an updated template for the truck, so I'll check out if there's any differences and any improvements that can be made. And yeah, that's really, as far as I can tell, just what I can find from the overall, the majority of reaction to this mod, to this truck, is overwhelmingly positive, and rightfully so, like I say. That does link me on to something else, is where this mod hasn't, the development of this mod, and since it's been released, has really brought out just the fragility of the modding community as it stands. There's been so many arguments and so many disputes and so much negativity caused. I am in no way, I'll make it clear at this point, I am not in any way saying XPS has caused this. I'm not saying that. It's between other people, other members, other users that are coming on and starting arguments for whatever reason. And it also has kind of gotten to this point where we're almost censored in the community now. By that I mean, don't get me wrong, I kind of agree with the whole phrase of if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's a good way of looking at things sometimes. There's also a thing called positive criticism. Sorry, constructive criticism. There's no such thing. There may be a thing called positive, but positive. There may be that. There may be positive criticism as well. But I actually want to say, constructive criticism may not necessarily be something positive that you're saying, but you're not saying it in a way to belittle or berate anybody by saying it, especially not the author or anything like that. You're just saying, look, this is slightly off, this is slightly bad, not bad, but, for example, I changed the wing mirrors because I feel these are more, ever so slightly more realistic. Obviously, still not realistic, but I feel that these are more true to, I need to brake, and especially with that police car there. To the DAF 95 ATI of this stage of its development, sort of 95, 96 sort of time. Where the wing mirrors were pretty much the same that were then used on the 95XF. If I would say to XVS, hey, the wing mirrors are great, they're from the original sort of releases, you'll find these mirrors are better. That's not me saying, God damn, how careless of you to create the wrong wing mirrors. What do you think you're doing? This is terrible. Your mod is crap, and I fart in your general direction. No, it's not anything like that. It's just trying to be helpful in that sense. And I found that there are people that are saying things like that, and I must admit I've said it myself, and in certain people's eyes, I have actually spoken to XBS directly about this. But that bit aside, in certain people's eyes, I was nearly the cause of this mod never ever coming to fruition. I got a lot of negativity aimed at me for what I said. All I said was about early in its development, the fender was slightly wrong. It was from the Cummins version of the truck, and therefore the fender was slightly higher. The reason I said it was because I made that mistake myself in the past when I tried to create this mod. I created the higher one because I was just doing the best photo I could find on the side of this truck, was using this and then I found that nothing quite fit properly, and it was all because of that. It took me ages. I made a real Frankenstein out of Frankenstein. Anyway, I made a real monster out of what should have been okay, because I've had to edit and adjust and change everything just to fit around this fender because things weren't quite going right. All because I missed that vital step. And like I say, I got so much negativity for it, and other people are getting so much negativity for it. And I think you've got to step on eggshells. There are these people who think that because we say things like that is because we are being unappreciative, and it's not. We are just simply we are trying to be helpful. It's constructive criticism in the degree where it's trying to help. You're only saying it because you want something to be not better because of your own personal wish, but you want to see the other person do better. You want them to, you want to help them. Anyway, there are people that are just complete dicks and say, for any reason whatsoever, I don't like it because you didn't include just quite the right shade of pink in the custom colours. And it's like, well, hang on, you make your own custom colours. Well, yeah, but you didn't include it, so you know, I'm boycotting XPS for this, and it's the same with other authors as well. Because it's not XPS who's doing this; it really isn't. Who's giving the negativity? It's not. It's other members of the community. Yeah, which is it really is a shame. And come on. And yeah, like I say, it is a shame, but it's something that has gone on for a very, very long time. I really do mean a long time. I'm talking in a decade, if not more, actually. See, I've been playing these games since I want to say across America, but really that's not when I got into it because the PC I had at the time couldn't run it. So I'd say it was pedal to the metal, and there we go. Yeah, it was pedal to the metal, and I was on a truck game forum, and it was quite a big and popular one of its time, which I think is now shut down. And yeah, there was so many arguments now all the time. There was a point where the position to become a moderator had opened up. They were kind of searching for a candidate for being a moderator, and a friend of mine got the position. Congratulations to him. And I do say that without any sort of hint of kind of, oh yeah, congratulations to him. You know, it wasn't like that. It was afterwards that I kind of went, God, I'm quite grateful I didn't get that, because let's knock some side lights on. There we go. Yeah, I'm quite grateful I didn't get it because I wanted to be moderated just to be the helpful member. You know, somebody's accidentally posted a picture which is a bit too big and doesn't conform the forums, or somebody's quoted the person directly above them, or whatever it may be. Simple stuff, you know. I wanted to be helpful, kind of help tidy up. Not need to be tidied up. Right. Then I find out all I would be doing is basically stopping arguments and locking topics and kind of not banning necessarily, giving warnings out to members because of their behaviour. Don't get me wrong, I understand that is what a moderator does, but I kind of just thought now and again, and it was only afterwards that I just kind of opened my eyes to how much that was going on. There's some arguments I could, to a degree, agree with, and that was in the sense of theft, which is still going on today, and it's still completely unacceptable, where people would completely plagiarise other people's work. They would take, I don't know, I was saying I'm such a hypocrite, I'm just going on about how I've used the mirrors from one bit and something else from another, and yeah, but I'm not re-uploading them. I am using them for personal use, and it's because they are of much better quality than I could ever produce quickly. Certainly, and probably ever actually. I'd say without really sitting down and learning how to do this properly. So yeah, that will never happen. I'll follow this truck way too close to without lowering the junctions. So yeah, the theft arguments. to a degree, I could understand. However, there were points where these arguments were merely accusations. They really were just accusations, and sometimes they were correct. However, at that point, it was kind of like a name and shame. Oh, it looks like this person's done this. You know, calling the biggest arsehole going. But there was never any proof. You're always guilty until proven innocent. And I believe that these arguments, like, if they were proven right, it should be kind of brought to people's attention. Like, this guy is stealing from other models. Re-uploading their work. Please don't download this, whatever it is. Okay, fine. That's understandable. The person has done wrong. People should be aware of that, and people should be told to avoid these things to avoid encouraging it to keep happening. Okay, fine, I understand that. But that whole guilty until proven innocent, name and shaming, just causing arguments and it all being broadcast, I think that was wrong, because it just puts such a negative light, a negative atmosphere on the community, and I can see it happening again in this whole where you can't say anything unless it is overwhelmingly positive. You can't say anything even in terms of a suggestion. Don't get me wrong, there are times where it frustrates me, and it gets beyond not even necessarily a request. It's a demand, really. Make this. You will make this. I want this. Why haven't you made this yet? You know, people do that. And they speak like spoiled kids that, you know, stamp their feet because that's how they've learned that if they get anything in life, is they stamp their feet and hold their breath until the face turns red and people give it. It's not the way it works, and don't be so impolite as to just do that, you know, even without a please or a thank you. But there are other people that's like, oh, I saw one person. It wasn't on the DAF 95 topic, but one person requested it was either fog lights or just slots for fog lights, like markers where you could add in fog lights. And god damn, they were slated for it. They were just slammed to the ground. How could you be so inconsiderate? This guy has slaved, worked his fingers to the bone for you, and all you care about is fog lights? It's like, it's just kind of like if you ever plan on doing another version, you know, if you're fixing up things and doing this and that and the other and making edits and tweaks, just do dummy notes. I said please, and it's not like they're asking for the end of the world, and if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Fair enough. Oh no, that wasn't enough. This guy was just comparable to a serial killer, you know, in the eyes of the community. So I just hate that attitude that has developed, and not only developed, but it seems. This guy, I'm sure it's just. There again, just like real life, you try to undertake me, I try to get into a lane where people can overtake me better. Yeah. So those positive notes aside, actually those negative notes aside, let's do the serious note here. Negative notes aside, the general result of this truck is positive. People love it, myself included. Could not speak higher of it. And yeah, it's just still to this day I'm kind of driving along and going, oh, this is great. Oh, I just want to drive this. I've been playing this on another save. Yeah, I didn't notice that the first time. Floating hedges. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe you see it in the mirror. There they are. Floating hedges. Yeah, I just love driving this. Like I say, I still am really tempted to turn this into a right-hand drive. Even though I quite like left-hand drives, for me the authentic one would be the right-hand drive. That would be bang on my childhood memories. Also, not to do with the DAF mod. As you've just noticed, we've gone over Dartford Bridge, the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge. The way that we've done that is by using pro mods. I should have demonstrated that more on the map, sorry. The world map when I looked at it. But anyway, we'll be looking at it again slightly. Maybe when we cross the channel, we'll be taking another look at that. So yeah, this is pro mods 2.33, I believe. Yeah, 2.33 because it's version 1.34 of Euro Truck, so it's 0.33 of Pro mods. Yeah. So yeah, this is it. This is why we've got this whole road system. Oh, come on, again. And if you don't know what Pro Mods is, it is a modification which enhances the map. It adds multiple countries. That's how we're going to Macedonia in the first place. That are multiple countries, new towns, new cities, rebuilding road systems. Just so much added to the base map. Even overwriting the base map. Extending the playability of the game tenfold. It really is a beautiful mod, and to a degree, it is free. I say to a degree in the sense that you don't have to pay for this mod. You do not have to pay for this mod. You can pay for this mod. Actually, that's a point. Last time take one, I went over Calais on the boat, but there are people who may not. I need to rest, which is fine because I'm going on the Eurotunnel anyway. Yeah. Yeah, if there are people that haven't seen Pro Mods before, then you won't have seen this, which is the rebuilt Eurotunnel terminal, and it is really accurate. Like, for guys that are doing this mod without payment, who may not even necessarily use the freight side of the Eurotunnel in real life, they have done a remarkable job. So at this point, it's really similar. You know, the check-in lanes are missing, but that's neither here nor there. Then you come up to, well, there you go, folks, discovered. Then you come up to, in this case, would be kind of passport. Well, it is passport control in real life. This would also be check-in, for example. So go and our passport and our thing into the invisible person. Sorry about that hideous noise. No, I don't. It's like I have. It's right where you're going, buddy. It's like I have the tachograph modified, but it does mean that we need to sleep or something. So yeah, we will be coming around to here. That's where the old freight information centre is, and as far as I can remember, you used to be able to get Euro vignette in there. I know there was definitely a bureau de change. There's the little walkway that'll go down to the passenger terminal. You come here, there's some booths there that normally have nobody in them. Over there, that is the X-ray scanner. So you go in there and they X-ray your truck and make sure you haven't got anything that shouldn't do on you. That knob's just overtaken me, so there you go. Just like real life, people just push in front of you because they're assholes. And then you kind of have some extra booths here, some security bits. Well, we're not quite in France yet. French border zone, maybe. And yeah, that's, there would also be another little booth there as well. They'd tell you what lane you need to be getting in. So we'll be getting in this lane. I believe they're numerical rather than alphabetical, but it doesn't really matter. That really is trivial. There's a little passenger bit over there. Drop down onto the island pass. There is a concrete divider normally separating the two lanes here. It's both one way. Yeah, that concrete divider is well polished. I'm sure that must really hurt to hit one of them. Quite steep, change down here. See, driving with this controller, especially because I've had to kind of really wrap the USB cable around to stop it from moving around. It's kind of getting in the way of the joysticks and the buttons slightly, so... Oh, shush, that noise is getting pretty irritating now. Also, this will be more like a 90-degree turn onto that, the down ramps, but that's okay. Yeah, I miss my G27 right now, but one benefit is I'm not kind of accidentally catching either the range or the split, like accidentally undoing a pre-split or accidentally knocking the range, so I'll change from like 7th into 4th instead of 8th. Because I don't have an SKRS. That is one of the next things on my shopping list. So yeah, you come down this ramp, and there'll be a guy at the end just making sure that your truck isn't on fire and there's nothing hanging off it, anything that's going to cause any safety issues, cause any problems for the crossing. And then you pull it onto that platform there, straighten up, and drive onto the carriage. But the game doesn't allow that much. God, that noise really is putting me off. So, handbrake on, lights off, engine off, and focused in Calais, 35 minutes. Oh, yeah, of course, time's up by about 6. So let's get going. I'm not sure there's going to be that train noise which is ridiculously, obnoxiously loud. So apologies for that as well. There it is. Right then, it is 10:30. 9:30. 10:30. It's something. And we are in La France. Now they haven't rebuilt this side of the Euro tunnel yet. Whether they will or not, I don't know. But it hasn't happened yet in this version of Pro Mods. But yeah, like I say, it is totally free if you want it to be. Or you can pay to get the faster download, which means that in the free version you have to download it in 6 parts. And once you've downloaded all 6 parts, the 6 files will work together. Okay. Don't know what I hit. I hit something. 6 parts will work together to become one complete file. Whereas you can download the faster version, pay for that.
Oh, there's that noise again.
Well, when we get to Belgium, we'll rest a bit. Not parking up in Calais. Because Dover to Calais, but Liverpool to Calais is longer than a 9-hour day, so 15-hour day even. 9 hours driving, I meant to say. I think I completely messed up what I tried to say there. Liverpool to Calais is certainly not over a 9-hour drive and a 15-hour day. Yeah, that's what I tried to say. Whether that actually came out or not, I do not know. Now this is a bit which I am cheating on ever so slightly because I did get a little confused here. This is white as it is. I got a little bit confused. I probably will get confused again. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on. I do apologise about that beeping noise, I really do. Probably going to get stopped for driving like slow. So yeah, I'm trying to get it across the Belgian border. Oh, there we go, just the person we want to see as well at this point. Oh! Oh dear, hazards on. Oh boy. Somebody's had fun. Bloody hell. What was I talking about? Did we say that part 2 is more streamlined than last one? So yeah, I did get a bit confused. Like, I think it was this point, actually, because I was expecting to be heading for like Lille, Bruxelles, Dunkirk, not Calais Port. Calais Port to me says to me that I'm on the A16, I'm about to turn off and go back towards the port. I carry on here. Carry on going down that road over there, and that will take me to Belgium. No. That will take me to an invisible, well, not even invisible, or through an invisible wall. And to a just point where the road ends and you'd fall off the side of the map. So, that's a bit where I've cheated, because I remembered that. And we didn't make the same mistake twice. Not saying we won't make the same mistake twice later on. Oh, the noise is bloody irritating. Like I said, I really do apologise for that. Another thing to note about this truck, which I hadn't before, is it is quite thirsty in terms of fuel, which is nice to see, because it wouldn't be. It's not going to be as economical as the trucks that we get. So I got really lucky, actually, on part take one, where I was driving along, realised, ooh, the fuel's bloody low, and then realised that I'd passed the last service station for a long time, and yeah, I was on fumes when I got it in. It was on the empty, basically. So yeah, I won't make that mistake this time. So when we get into Belgium to rest, because obviously we need to, because there's nothing to tell me that there is. I've just got this inkling. When we get into Belgium to rest, I will fuel up as well there. Get that out of the way. So yeah, hopefully this is going to be a nice smooth journey. Actually, that's another problem. If I rest now, people who haven't seen Pro Mods are going to get to see it a bit better, because obviously you can't see it very clearly at this time of night. So yeah, you get the chance to experience that. And also, another benefit to this part 2 happening is that I'll have seen certain bits and I'll have seen certain scenes already that in part 1, or take 1, sorry, I can say parts, I tend to get confused. In take 1, I couldn't help but stopping and taking screenshots, and I keep finding that I'm taking more screenshots than I'm actually driving. It's just when you get like a sunrise or a sunset, it's like, oh, that looked good. Okay, ease off and let this truck around, because there's a car going down, and I need this car to ease off a bit. Thank you. Boy, that is definitely a French driver or a Belgian driver. Either one. Oh yeah, we're in Belgium. But yeah, that is exactly what they're like, and they'll sit behind you and they'll be flashing their lights, beeping their horn at you. And then normally what they'll do is they'll pull in front of you with millimetres to spare, and then fire off into a junction where they could have just gone behind you the whole time. That's normally what they tend to do. And the fuel tank is on the wrong side here, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, shut the shh. Right, so let's get some fuel. And yeah, just jump out quickly. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, it's looking good. Lights on. Handbrake off. Fuel's paid for. And we'll go into the space. Get some rest, and we will check the map, so that people who haven't seen promos can have a good look at what is going on. Curve there, that'll do. Handbrake it on. Lights off again. Oh no, right. Engine off. Don't know what I've just paid for. Oh, bugger. I go to forward maybe? Oh. try now. There we are. So, it's nearly 9:30 in the morning. Look at that. It's a beautiful... Wake up. It's a copyright strike. Let's not do that. Even though I'm probably going to get copyright... yeah, all of that for pretty much everything in this video. Those words, my words, the sun. So, let's have a look at the map. So, we are here between Calais and Antwerp. Well, Calais and Brussels, sorry. Antwerp's right there. But you should know how that goes because Brussels isn't there compared to Lille. Yeah, so where's part one going to get us? I don't know how long we've been recording for so far. That is a question. Yeah, I really don't know. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to either be kind of doing my editing magic, fading in and out of this map here, and saying where I'm going to aim to get to, or I'm going to fade back into the truck and do an outro. We will see. You will know because it's going to be on the timeline below, and if there's loads extra, then obviously I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to see just how long left I think we've got. Okay, I didn't realise that we've been recording for like 55 minutes already. So I think an hour, or close to an hour, is more than enough for somebody to enjoy in one sitting. So I will call part one here. Thank you very much for joining me so far in the journey, and let's have a look at where I'm aiming to get to for part two. So part one, we've done Liverpool all the way to sort of Calais. I must admit, in take one, I did actually get further. So there you go. Then again, I did do a slightly different route and whatever. So this time, last time I got to sort of Graz-Maribor, that sort of area. So we'll aim for there again. Munich, Salzburg, that sort of area, that'd be nice. I don't know whether to go on the 8 or down the 3 onto the 9. Whether to do it that way. We'll see. We'll see. I'll aim to do it the way that it tells you to, because fuel economy really isn't actually that important for me in the game. So the fact that this is quite a hilly route doesn't make much of a difference. It's more to do with the scenery, and there's some nice scenery in both of them. But yeah, I think we'll aim to stick to this route. But that is for part two. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me for part one, take two. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that you haven't been too bored, too kind of like, oh gosh, and that you would like to join me for the next part of the journey. And again, this truck itself, I will link in the description below. Obviously, expect it without my add-ons to it. And the Pro Mods map as well. That's the point that I didn't say about, with Pro Mods, and I didn't really have a look over the map either. Now, when I was saying about this whole, you can get one faster part or 6 separate parts. The 6 separate parts are free. The faster part is paid for. It's €1. That's all it costs, is €1 single. That doesn't all go to the, well, it pretty much barely goes to the team. That's just to pay for the server it's hosted on. you will pay 4 times that much for a cup of coffee. You will pay that for a burger at a fast food restaurant. You would pay that for a packet of chewing gum. And look what you get. You get Ireland, you get loads of Scotland added on, you get so many towns in Scandinavia. Just it really does speak for itself. Like I say, all these extra countries, you get Greece, the startings of Spain. France has so much more built into it as well. And obviously before the whole France, even Italy, before France and Italy DLCs were released, Pro Mods filled all this out. Before it, there was barely anything here. It was quite barren, and Pro Mods had filled all this out. You get all these nice new ferry connections, some beautiful parts of Wales as well. Um, yeah, it really is. I'm not being sponsored by anybody on these. I'm not saying, hey, look, go and part with your hard-earned cash. Some people are not able to even spend the euro. They may not have a PayPal account or a card to be able to use. It's up to their parents and things like that. That's the beauty. ProMods is not excluding you. You do have to do ever so slightly more work, wait just that little bit longer, but believe me, it pays off. It pays off. Oh, you'd also get, sorry, I completely missed, you'll also get Iceland. That's right. If you want to know where the mums go, or why the mums go here, you can drive all the way around here. And you'd also get Svalbard as well. So worth everything that you can throw at it. Time, effort, money, whatever it is, worth it. So that will be linked in the description below, as well as this truck. And yeah, I'm going to have to sign off now. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've all had a great day, you're having a good weekend, and I will see you when I see you. Take care, guys.